Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video we are going to be going through probably one of my biggest ever retro hauls. So I'll give you a bit of a backstory. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was Monday morning actually, because I was working at home and I got a phone call from Dan, and basically he turned around and said, "You need to get over to my house this evening." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, why's that?" And he's like, "I've just picked up a massive collection and I haven't gone through any of it yet, and we'll both go through it when you come over." So I was like, okay, this is going to get expensive, but I headed over. And to say that I've got some absolutely amazing bits was just an understatement. So I'll put a couple of photos up of sort of when we were going through things. And there were times where I remember one, we opened a shoebox and it was literally filled with NES cardboard. Open up another box, it's full of Mega Drive. Open up another box full of PlayStations. There was consoles. It was just relentless. And yeah, so I think once again it was another time where I was over there for about 5 hours. We were going through everything, and then yeah, I made a pile, and then yeah, we went through, and Dan done me some absolutely cracking deals on everything. So yeah, let's just dive in, because I'm hoping to get this one out in one video. I don't want to actually split this. So the first couple of bits we've got, I'm going to start over here. And as you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I have got a massive addiction to store displays. And I saw that he had this, and I was like, I'm having that. Whatever you want for it, I'm going to have it. With it being a store display, a Wii U display, and a Mario Kart display, it literally just ticked off so many boxes. It is in such great condition. I'm really hoping that I can get this put up on the wall just next. I've got like one bit of wall left that I can use, so I'm really hoping that I can get that up there. In the end, with everything I bought, Dan actually chucked this in for me. I've looked online, I can't see anything similar. I thought when I picked it up that I had actually seen something similar a couple of weeks before picking this up. But when I went back to try and look for it, couldn't find anything. So yeah, I haven't got any prices on this, but this is, yeah, just absolutely amazing addition to my my store displays. And yeah, as I say, I am going to try and get it up on the wall so that it is actually in the games room, because I don't want something like that just to be put into storage. It gets knocked, it gets damaged. I think something like that needs to be on display. And then a couple of other bits that Dan chucked in. I've got my tablet set up here because I have gone through everything, but yeah, it is all still in the boxes that I picked it up from Dan in. So the first one that we've got is like a Last Supper canvas. I will say the print quality of it is really bad. It's really blurry, and yeah, it's probably not something I'm going to display. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's obviously something that's been made and sold online, but yeah, couldn't find anything with that. And then we've also got this one, which is brand new, which is Super Mario. Once again, it's not official Nintendo, as far as I'm aware. No, so yeah, it's not official Nintendo, but Dan just chucked it in with everything. So yeah, there's that. And there, right, so we'll start off with a couple of bits that's here. So we did get a couple more strategy guides off Dan. I have to admit, my strategy guide collection is really getting out of hand now. I have got strategy guides hidden all over the house, under the little one's bed, of cupboards. I've even got a whole, probably 2 stacks worth under my desk as well. But yeah, whenever I see them, I always pick them up because I just like getting them. So the first one that we've got is the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So this also covers the PS3. So I'm assuming this was originally released as a, or this one is probably got all of the Xbox 360 instructions in. but we'll also cover the PS3. So yeah, it's in really good condition, and as I say, it's not one that we currently had. Looking it up online, that one goes for about £8 on eBay. Then we've got Gears of War 2. Once again, not one that we've already got. And yeah, as this says, covers Xbox 360, which, yeah, I would expect it so, because that's the only platform it's released on. This one sells for about £9 on eBay. Then we've got Perfect Dark Zero, 16-page comic book section included. Whereabouts is that? Is that at the end? Yeah, just at the end there. So yeah, as I say, I've never played any of the Perfect Darks. I've got them all. I think I've got it complete in box on the NES, and then I've got a couple of copies of Perfect Dark Zero on the Xbox 360. So yeah, it is one that I am going to give a go to, because a lot of people have raved about it. Obviously, it was one of Rare's releases just after GoldenEye on the N64. So Perfect Dark book goes for £8. And then the last one that we've got is Project Gotham Racing 4. So yeah, I find the concept of racing games having strategy guides really weird, because it's not really, I don't really think it's a game that you can strategize on. But I will admit, if you look, it is a really thin strategy guide. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting one to pick up. Looking it up online, it goes for about £15. So yeah, that was a nice addition to the strategy guide set. Then I'll tell you what, I'm going to move these bits off, because I'm going to cover them in a later section. And let me just open these boxes and just see. Yeah, right, so the next bit I've got is in here, so that's fine. Right, so next one we've got is a big box PC game, and that is a game called Chaos Control. So yeah, I'll be honest, I've never heard of it. I saw that it was in one of the boxes. The reason that I picked it up, obviously, it's a big box PC game, and I have to say, I have not been finding too many of these recently. So yeah, definitely really happy to have that. Looking it up online, it goes for about £15. The only problem with this one is that it's meant to come with a free Chaos Control mouse pad. It doesn't have the mouse pad, so I'm going to try and track that down online, just to make this complete. But yeah, it looks like an interesting game, so it's probably one that I'm going to try and get running as soon as I can. Right, so what we got next? So I have split everything into particular consoles, but I'm not too sure where everything is in regards to the boxes. Right, so there's one there. And then, yeah, this is how bad it is. So I'll tell you what, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to split all the boxes out, and then I can actually do them in line with my my little sheet that I've got here. Just make a bit more sense as we're going through. Okay, so what I've done is I've kept some bits in the boxes, I'll spread some other bits out just so that I can see everything, and yeah, it's going to make it a bit easier to go through. So the first bits that we're going to look at is a absolutely massive stack of PS1 games, and the first couple that I've got are both just disc and manual only. So the first one is Medieval 2. We've currently got Medieval Black Label on the PS1. But yeah, I saw this, obviously it is the Platinum version. But yeah, as I say, it's not one that we had in the collection, so I decided to chuck that in. Looking it up online, just disc and manual goes for about £20 on eBay. So that was a really good pickup. And where am I going to put everything? And then next up was another disc and manual, and that was X-Men Mutant Academy 2. So I think, from what I'm aware, this is a sort of one-on-one fighter. So yeah, looking forward to giving that one a go. I will say as well, all of the games that we've got today, I haven't played any of them yet. I probably will sort of sprinkle some gameplay footage throughout, but yeah, I will probably not get gameplay footage for everything. Then next up, we've got a box and manual only, and that is Galaga Destruction Earth. So yeah, this is basically a sort of modern version of Galaga. What I did do is I did go around and track down the disc. Managed to get the disc on eBay. I think I paid £5.35 on eBay for it. The game now that it's complete will go for about £10 on eBay. With the PS1s, obviously there's not a lot that are listed at CEX, so a lot of the prices will be just eBay, but if there is a CEX price, I will let you know. So yeah, as I say, I saw that you had the box there, knew that it'd be easy enough to get hold of the disc and make it a complete copy. Right, next up, where have we got? So yeah, I know that this game is meant to be absolutely atrocious. I think that was one of the big reasons what made me want to add it into the lot as well. So we've got Simpsons Wrestling on the PS1. This one is complete, and yeah, I've seen gameplay of it, and it is truly horrendous. But yeah, it's not one that we currently had in the collection, so I definitely wanted to add it in. That one normally sells for about £9 on eBay. Then we've got... where's the next one? There we go. So we've got Pandemonium 2. Once again, I recognise the cover. I don't think I've ever played either of the games. But yeah, definitely recognise. I think we might even have the first one in the collection already. I'm not too sure. I'll put a little message down the bottom if we have got it. But yeah, once again, that one's complete. It goes for £25 at CEX, £30 on eBay. What I will also say is a lot of the... I'm not going to go into purchase prices because we essentially just done a single price for everything that I had. So I'll go through that at the end. Then we've got Cool Borders 4. So I think I've got Cool Borders 3, both the Platinum and the Black Label copy of that. So yeah, when I saw this there, decided to pick it up. As I say, the Cool Borders games are okay. Once again, to me, they're not SSX quality, but even still, I will pick them up whenever I get them. What I will say with this cover is, looking at the cover, it just looks like it's a printed cover, something that like anyone could print at home on a laser printer. But it's not. It is a genuine cover. It just looks really bad quality. So Cool Borders goes for £8 on eBay. Then we've got Rage Racer. Now, I don't think I've ever played these games. It is a Namco game, so obviously they made Ridge Racer, so it should be really good. Not too sure on this one. As I say, I've not played it. So yeah, that's probably one I will try and capture footage for, because yeah, interested to see with that one. That one goes for £15 on eBay. Then the next one we've got is a game that I needed to pick up to basically complete a series, and that is Tomb Raider 3 on the PS1. So I think at the time before going to Dan's, I was missing Tomb Raider 3 and Tomb Raider Chronicles for the PS1. So when I saw that he had Tomb Raider 3, I had to pick it up, and then yeah, get that added in. That one goes for £20 on eBay. As well, so far all of the PS1 games we're talking about here are all complete, and then I'll let you know if I've got one that isn't complete. Then next up we have Tomb Raider Chronicles. So that is going to be the last PS1 Tomb Raider game that we needed for the set. So really chuffed with that, and yeah, really looking forward to getting that added in to the shelf. So that one goes for... I don't think I said the price actually on the Tomb Raiders. So Tomb Raider 3 goes for £6 at CEX, £12 on eBay, and Tomb Raider Chronicles goes for £12 on both CEX and eBay. Then, next up, we've got a Rugrats game. So I was a massive fan of the Rugrats when I was younger. Not really sort of seen or played a lot of the games since then, but we've got Rugrats Search for Reptar. And yeah, what's a baby got to do? Yeah, I don't even know what sort of game this is. From the back, it looks like it could be play a round of mini golf, search the tunnels with Spike, stomp around town with Reptar, save Chucky from a wild goose. So yeah, it might be a collection of mini games. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'll have a look at that one when I can. That one goes for £20 on eBay. Sorry. Then we've got. So next up, we've got Crash Team Racing. Yeah, I was really surprised actually that I didn't have this in the collection. I think what it is, I've got a couple of the Crash Team Racing games on the PS2, and I was probably just getting those a bit confused. I quite like these. I think they're a really good karting game. Not quite up to the standards of Mario Kart, but definitely right up there. That one goes for £25 on eBay. Then we've got the Flintstones, Bedrock Bowling. So this is bowling will never be the same again, thanks to the great Gatso. So that is, I think that's a character that was introduced in the last series of the Flintstones. I think it was a series 3 or something. Bedrock Bowling is the Bedrock is a bowling alley, and you've got to see inside the ball. Play as your favourite Flintstones 3D character: Fred, Barney, Bam Bam, Pebbles, and Dino. Okay, so yeah, not too sure. Not very descriptive as to sort of what sort of game it is. But yeah, it could be an interesting one to play. Looking that up online, that goes for £8 on eBay. Then I think this one's probably the most expensive PS1 game that we've picked up in this lot, and that is Muppet Monster Adventure. So this looks like a sort of 3D sort of platforming game. Yeah, to be quite honest, the main reason I picked it up was because it was Muppets, and yeah, thought it'd be a good one to get into the collection. It's not one I've actually seen about, so yeah, that was another reason. That one goes for £40 on eBay, wasn't listed at CEX. Then we've got Lego Rock Raiders. So yeah, whenever I see any of the Lego games, I'll always pick them up, especially on the PS1, because I think there's some quite good Lego games from this sort of generation. Rock Raiders is also available as a Lego system construction toy range. So yeah, I think I've seen this sort of years and years ago, but never actually played it. So yeah, there's that. That one goes for £10 on eBay. Then we've got Necromomicon. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Drawing of Darkness. Yeah, once again, I've seen some of these games before, so when I saw it in the pile, decided to pick it up. Thought it'd be a nice addition. I'm assuming it's a horror game. Suddenly takes a terrible turn for the worst. What horrific secret lies behind the mysterious occult experiments? Yeah, once again, could be an interesting one. So yeah, I'll probably play that at some point. That one goes for £30 on eBay. Then we've got a game that I've definitely heard of, Nightmare Creatures. Once again, I don't think I've ever played it. But yeah, once again, I saw it there, decided to put it into the pile. That goes for £32 at CEX, £30 on eBay. And yeah, well, to be quite honest, a lot of the PS1 games that I've picked up from Dan, they're all ones that I'm sort of interested in playing. But yeah, they're just going to get added to the list, and I'll play them as soon as I can. Right, next up, so we've got 3 PS1 games left. Next one that we've got is Project Overkill. Once again, I believe that I've heard of this, but never actually played it. Looking at the pictures of on the back, it looks sort of isometric 3D. This one, unfortunately, is missing the manual, so it is going to be something I'm going to have to try and track down. Looking it up online, it goes for £20 at CEX, £27 on eBay. Then we've got another game that I've had on my wish list for a while, and that is Doom on the PS1. So yeah, whenever I can, I'll always pick up one of the Doom games. I think at the moment I've got quite a good selection across sort of all of the varying different platforms, but didn't have a copy of it on the PS1. And yeah, it was one that I've wanted to play, wanted to see how it plays compared to the other versions. Unfortunately, it is the Platinum version. I was hoping to try and get the Black Label, but yeah, it is what it is. It doesn't have the manual as well. It's got the inserts, so I might try and track down the manual to sort of make it complete. That one goes for £12 at CEX, £20 on eBay. And then the last PS1 game that we got was Worms Pinball. So this is the Best of Infogrames version. Yeah, the main reason for picking it up is because it's not one that we had in the collection, and I think actually this might be the last Worms game that we needed for the PS1. So yeah, really happy with that. Right, so that is gonna, oh sorry, before we wrap up, Worms Pinball goes for £5 on eBay. Right, so next up we've got a couple of PS2 bits. So the first one that we've got is actually a box that I've been trying to get hold of for a while, and that is the PS2 Slim satin silver. Is it? Yeah, satin silver box. So he had as we were going through, we pulled this out, and obviously this had the console and everything in it. But Dan was quite happy to take the console out, let me have the box, so he did just give it to me. I think it is just the box. I don't think there's any of the manuals or anything in there. No. And it is missing a couple of the inserts, so there's not the inserts on the inside to actually hold the console. So I'm going to try and track those down, because yeah, it is a console. It's not. I've got the satin silver Slim and the controller. It's not a console that I play. It's not a console I've got any interest in playing. So yeah, just to get it in the box will be good. Looking it up online, I couldn't find it box only. So yeah, I've got no prices for that. Then we have got a couple of PS2 games as well. First one that we've got is Ninja Assault, and I'll be honest, the reason that I picked this one up was purely for the front cover. I thought the front cover looked really interesting, and yeah, decided to grab it. It looks like it is it's a GunCon 2 compatible game, so it's probably not one that I'm going to be able to play at the moment until I can get a CRT. But looking that up online, it goes for £4 at CEX, £8 on eBay. Then we've got Ultimate Saga, and once again, the reason that I grabbed this was just because it was just different to every other game there, and it sort of jumped out at me. It does actually come with a preview trailer for Final Fantasy X2 as well, and yeah, it is complete. I've gone through it, everything is in there, so that's all good. Looking at it, it looks, obviously it's Square Enix, so it is a sort of JRPG basically. That one goes for £12 at both CEX and eBay. Then we've got another NTSC PlayStation game, and that is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So I currently don't have this one in the collection. I think the last PS2 Metal Gear game that we got was Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. But yeah, saw this there, decided to chuck it in. Unfortunately, at the moment, I have started to get I've been getting hold of a lot of NTSC PlayStation games, but I haven't actually got a US console to play them on. I don't know whether I can use my FreeMac boot on the Japanese console and they will work, so it's probably something I'm going to try, because as I say, I have now got a couple of different games that are sort of NTSC-U, so need to get them tried. Looking it up online, that goes for about £15 on eBay. And then another NTSC game that we got was Urban Reign. So this looks like a sort of one-on-one fighter, and yeah, once again, it was a game I haven't ever seen before, so I decided to pick it up. Not sure if it's got, yes, it has got a power release, but yeah, as I say, it was something different. I hadn't seen it before, so I decided to pick it up. That one goes for £40 on eBay as a PAL version. I don't think I could find the NTSC version on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to start being a bit more quick fire on some of the next bits that we've got. Just because we, according to my stopwatch, we're coming close to the half-hour mark. And I do want to try and get through everything in one video. So the next game that we've got is a PS3 game. And that is Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds. Now, I think I have got this on the Xbox 360. But yeah, I saw it there, decided to pick it up and add it in. That one goes for £8 on both CEX and eBay. Then we've got some PS4 bits. So the first ones that we've got a couple of outer sleeves for the PS4. I think what I can do with this one is pair it with the white box that we got a couple of weeks ago. So that we should be able to make into a complete box. And then we've also got this one, which isn't in the best of conditions. We've got a big old rip on it. But I will say, Dan did just chuck them in. They were chucked in as well. So yeah, I will probably use the NAC one, make that into a complete in-box, and then just try and get a console to put into it at some point. Then we've got a couple of PS4 games. So first one we've got is Rugby 18. Once again, I'm not a massive fan of rugby. I've never liked, I used to play it on and off when I was younger. I've never enjoyed it, so yeah, this was more of just one to put in the collection that I haven't seen before. That goes for £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then we've got Madden 19. Once again, whenever I see any of the Madden games on any console, if it's not one that I've got, I'll always pick them up. That one goes for £3 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then we've got MotoGP 18. Once again, these games I think can be good. I've found them hit and miss. So yeah, but it was not one that we had in the collection, so that was why I grabbed it. £4 from CEX, £10 on eBay. And then the one that I was really actually pleased to get hold of was Drive Club VR. So we've got Drive Club on the PS2 already, but I didn't have the VR version. And yeah, I've been wanting to get this purely because when the original PSVR was released, I actually got to go to one of the launch events up in London, and they basically they'd hired out this venue, and they had just had loads of different games. I think I played PlayStation Worlds, the one with a shark cage. I played this, and you actually sat in a chair with a steering wheel and everything, so that was really good. And I think I played Batman as well, and then probably a couple of others. But yeah, I've been wanting to get hold of this, but not wanted to pay full price for it. So that one goes for £8 at CEX, £15 on eBay. So yeah, really happy with that. And then the last pickup that we got was a controller, and it is the Camo controller. So yeah, it does need some new thumbsticks. Both the thumbsticks are completely destroyed, but yeah, that's not too much of a big deal. They're easy to swap out. But yeah, it was a controller variant that I didn't have, so that was the reason for picking it up. That one, once it's repaired, it will go for £48 at CEX, £25 on eBay. I will admit, I always find that CEX are always quite expensive compared to eBay for their controllers. Then I also picked up a Sony PSP memory stick. So this is the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo 2 gig. And yeah, I picked that up just so that I've got a couple of memory sticks to go with my PSPs whenever I play them. That will go for about £6 on eBay. So yeah, not a bad pickup there. Right, so now we've got a couple of DS bits. And the first one that we've got is a cart only. And this is Animal Crossing Wild World. And the reason that I picked this up was because I already had the case and manual. So I picked this up from, I think it was a Sunday boot fair, and I actually got a whole load of case and manual onlys, like case and manuals from this one seller. I think when I was going through, there was like a Pac-Man game in there, I think, which had the game in. But yeah, I've just had this sitting on the side and been sort of looking to pick up the cart for a while. The cart itself normally goes for anywhere between sort of 15 to 20 quid. So it was a bit more that I wanted just to sort of complete this. But when I saw that Dan had that there, I was like, yeah, I'll grab that off him. Now that I've got this complete, there we go. It is now worth about £25. So yeah, really, really chuffed to have that one finally complete. Right, so next up, I've got a couple more case and manuals. So we've got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. That one on its own goes for about £22. So yeah, that is a good little addition. Just need to try and track down the cart. I know that I've got one of these that's in atrocious condition, so I might see if it is this one. Hopefully it is, and I can just swap the cart into this, but I don't think it is. I think it's the other version of this. And then the other game that we got was Cooking Mama 2. Once again, I might have the cart for this kicking about, or it might be the original Cooking Mama. But yeah, I'll have a look. I'll go through the carts that I've got, and then yeah. So, but just case and manual for that go for about £8 normally. Right. Next up, we've got another box only, but this time it is the box for a black Nintendo DSi. So yeah, it's got all the manuals in it, everything's inside, it just needs the console and the power supply put in. So yeah, I wanted to grab this because we didn't currently have a box DSi on the shelf. So wanted to get this in and just get it added in. What I have done today as well is the day that I'm filming this, I've got the extra shells have been delivered for the Game Boy wall. So fingers crossed I'll be able to get those up in the next couple of days, get most of my Game Boy games now on that wall, and free up that shelf a bit more. So box only for that normally goes for about £15. So that was a really good pickup. And then the other thing, where is it? I don't know where the other bit is. So it's about somewhere. If I manage to find it before the video goes up, I'll put a picture up. But basically it was a branded, a 3DS branded carry case. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at that, look for that. I don't know where that's gone. It's probably been put in one of my other bags. I've got so many videos waiting to be filmed that yeah, it's going to be kicking around somewhere. So I'll have a look, see if I can find it. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, that's about £14 value when I find it. Then moving on to the Game Boy. So we've got a little DMG carry case. So yeah, I've seen these about. So it's got a little compartment in one side for you to put your cartridges in, and then a little compartment there for your Game Boy to go in. It might even be, I don't know whether it might not even be a DMG, it might be like a Game Boy Advance or something, but just looking at the styling on it, I think it is DMG. Looking at on up online, that goes for about £15 as well. So yeah, really happy to have that. Then next up, I then got a whole stack of manuals off Dan. So as we were going through, there was a couple that I wanted to grab off him. Just have a quick scroll through and get the ones that I want. Where are they? Yeah, there we go. So it was these two that I was looking to get. So we've got Golf and we've got Kirby's Dream Land, both of which I've got cart only. So yeah, grab them, and then it would make it a bit easier to track down, to basically eventually get them complete, because now all I've got to do is track down the outer box. But there was also one more Game Boy one that we got, and that is the Pokemon Trainers Guide. Now I believe this is, I've got it down here as the Pokemon Blue manual, but if I remember rightly, it's the same manual for both Pokemon Blue and Red. So in that case, if it is, I've already got the red cart. I just need to get the outer box again. But I will say the Pokemon boxes are extortionately expensive. So yeah, it's probably not going to be one that I'm going to get anytime soon. So yeah, as I say, total value on them, I haven't actually got it written down. I've got it written down on the other spreadsheet. I think it's about 60 quid total value for the stack of manuals that I got off Dan. And then the last thing that I got off him was not a DMG Game Boy, but this is actually a Game Boy clock. So yeah, I've had one of these in my eBay wishlist for absolutely ages. They sell for about £15, but it's one of those things that I've just never had the desire to just pull the trigger and pick it up. But when I saw Dan had one there, I grabbed it off him, and yeah, that would be a nice little addition up on the Game Boy shelf once I move the games. Right, next up we've got a couple of Game Boy Color bits. So the first one that we've got is the Robot Wars Metal Mayhem manual. I do believe we've got the game cart for this. So actually I think we might have this complete. It's not no, it's a different version. It is a different version. So yeah, potentially that will be another one that we'll need to track down. Then what I also got was cart and manual for Micro Machines V3. Yeah, I've always loved the older Micro Machines games. I originally played them on the Mega Drive, so yeah, anytime I see them I'll always pick them up. That one goes for £8 cart only on CEX, and I can only find complete prices. I couldn't find, I don't know whether I could find cart only even, but £25 complete this goes for. So yeah, definitely a box that I'm going to try and track down. Then next up we got a whole stack of Game Boy Advance manuals as well. So once again, sort of a lot of them are games that we've either got or we haven't got absolutely anything at all. So the one that I did really want to pick up was Doom. We've got Thunderbirds, Doom, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, and then also Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. We've got Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem, Bratz, Finding Nemo, Monsters Inc. I know we've got, but that's just cart only. And then the less said about that one, the better. So once again, I think we're looking at, for the ones that I could actually find, it's about £25 total value. Then we also picked up a Game Boy Advance SP. This is a AGS 001, so yeah, not the desirable one, but even still, it wasn't in too bad a condition. Bit of scratching to the top part, but nevertheless, yeah, it is in fairly good condition. That one goes for £75 at CEX, £55 on eBay. Then we've got right, we've also got a couple of N64 books as well. So these are tip books. So the first one that we've got is for F-Zero. That one on its own goes for about £9 on eBay. And then we've got Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. We've got two different ones. So they're yeah. So we've got book number 9 and book number 8. I've managed to actually find a listing for both of these together, and they sell for about £12 on eBay. So yeah, really happy to have them. I'm going to find some way to sort of display them on the N64 shelf. Right. So I'm going to do Wii. The Wii consoles before we go back to the retro stuff. So for the Wii, we actually managed to pick up, and I don't know where I've put this. Oh, it's just there. So we managed to pick up Poke Park 2 Wonders Beyond on the Nintendo Wii. So once again, this is a Pokemon game that I've wanted to pick up for a while. And yeah, when I saw it there, I was like, you know what, I'll grab just the disc, and then hopefully I can track down the box and manual, which what I did as soon as I got home, I then did just that. So I managed to pick up the box with all the manuals and everything inside. Yeah, I think I paid $9.99 for this. Now that I've got the complete, it goes for £25 at CEX and £20 on eBay. So yeah, very nice. As I say, not massively fussed about the Wii, but sort of games like this, I really wanted to add into the collection. And then the last one that we've got for the Wii, no we haven't, we've got 2 more bits for the Wii. So I managed to get this. So this is the outer sleeve for Smash Brothers versus Smash Brothers Brawl, and this is like a limited edition sleeve. The reason I picked this up is I didn't have this in the collection. It was just the standard Smash Brothers that I had. So I have got, as I was tidying up the games room earlier on, I did find just the case. And I know that I've seen recently that I've got just a disc as well. So all I need to track down for that is a manual to make that complete. If I can get it complete, it normally goes for about £10. So yeah, as I say, happy to have that in the collection now as well. Then, right, I haven't got them up here, but what Dan also then gave me, it was basically a bin bag filled with Wii steering wheels. Yeah, he just wanted shot of them. So yeah, he just literally gave them all to me. There's a mixture in there, so they're all official, but there's a mixture of both the white and black. I don't think I've currently got a black one in the collection, so I'm probably going to keep one of the black ones for myself. And then all the others, I'm literally just going to start bundling up with copies of Mario Bros. Wii, as and when I sort of flip them on eBay. So yeah, that is all of the Wii stuff. And then I've only got one Wii U bit, but this was something that I desperately needed, and that is new Super Mario Bros. U. But it is just the case, because yeah, when we got, a couple of months ago, we got a Wii U console off Nikki, and when we powered it on, I actually had a copy of this in the disk drive. So I've been looking out for the box for quite a while. It's not an expensive game to start with, so to try and track down just the box, it just wasn't cost effective. It would have actually been better for me to have just bought a complete in box, and then just flip the disc. But yeah, when I saw that Dan had just the box there, I immediately grabbed it, so that we can now put that into a box. So yeah, complete price, it goes for £9 on both CEX and eBay. Okay, so I am looking at the time, and looking at what I've got left, I just think it's not going to happen that I'm going to be able to get all of these out in one video. So what I am going to look to do is I'm going to look to split this over 2 videos, and yeah, unfortunately it is going to be it ended up being about a 2-hour video if I was not to split it. So what I am going to do is I'm literally just going to stop it here, and I'm going to immediately start up the next video, and we'll get through everything that we've got left. I will say everything that we've got left is just absolutely amazing. I'm so happy to have everything. Plus the very last bit that we've got is super rare. From what I've been told, it's one of 5. So yeah, when I was there with Dan, he couldn't even price it, so he's literally just sort of chucked out a price to me. So yeah, if anyone's got information on that, I'll be interested to get. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the video up there. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video so far, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, bye.